Yo, Oma being yourself, Yako, Taka Benu, men and go out of 1 year. Yes, Uchi and yes, Giddy good. The more you like a kinka with this year, Jimmy, Yambini and Mantse, a travel drag, a travel drag, and it is you a travel drag. 2020, she knew a travel drag, 2019, Cabinet Affine. It will drag, I guess, Nungua, Amanfa, Omanfna, I met you at the picture. The American, I'm actually Median, which will put me from one only if you are.
When I never want to see no go back, yeah, I want to go my day. When I never want to see no go back, yeah, I want to go my day.
Council of Elders of Nungua, Omanfna, ni BPM for the chairman Amanfa, she Omanfna over Thursday Disturbances. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we welcome you to this emergency press conference, which has been necessitated due to Thursday, 21st July, unfortunate incident. It's admissible that Thursday incident could be avoided, but for one personal ego, an insatiable thirst for power through events and actions which are inconsistent and sacrilegious to our custom and tradition as Nungua, and by a large extension, the Kadangwe people. This person is no other person than Thursday Odwira the third, Odwira Disturbances, aka Odwira Disturbances. It is important to recall that the good people of Nungua celebrated their festival in a very peaceful, joyous, and cohesive manner, which has made Nungua the reference point for our Gadangwe brothers who are preparing to celebrate their Omawo festival. It is therefore appalling for us to have witnessed this avoidable clash, which resulted in people sustaining several of injury, including the police commanders, who was there with his team of heavy police officers and military men, called upon to ensure peace and sanity in Nungua. It is very obvious that without the timely intervention of the security, Nungua would have witnessed a deadly and bloody clash. We take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to the police and the military for their intervention. We also want to wish the injured police officers speedy recovery. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, Thursday Odwira Disturbances, the person behind the Thursday 21st July violent clash, is bent on changing the tradition of Nungua with introducing of customs and practices which are alien to us. The height of this being is unilateral decision to introduce Odwira festival to Nungua. On the banners and posters advertising this alien festival, which were pasted all over Nungua, Niwulechi had arrogated titles like Shiche and founder of Greater Accra to himself, something which is not supported by any historical evidence or kusum, into bracket custom, tradition, and practices / usages of the Nungua people. This generated tension in Nungua, leading to arrest of some youths before the Thursday event. As a result of this, the office of the Gbaburomo Shiche engaged Neo Daifio Welechi III in the spirit of peace to reconsider some of his stance, but all calls proved futile. The youth of the town also called on Neo Daifio Welechi to plead with him to consider the lives that would be put at risk should he continue with his alien Odwira festival. This was led by our own brother Leslie Bokwe to plead that Nungua or Neo Daifio Welechi should reconsider his actions. He told the youth that he was carrying out his event as planned and added he is ready to crush anyone, including the youth of the town, if they dare stand in his way. Based on this unfortunate development, the office of the Gbaburomo Shiche wrote to the Minister of Interior to intervene. The Nungua also wrote to the Defense Ministry, indicating, among other things, that the announcement of this Odwira festival on social media and hanging of banners within the community has created a high tension in Nungua. The youth of Nungua are willing to make sure that this festival is not celebrated, and if care is not taken, lives will be lost. Again, according to the Nungua to the Defense Ministry, he also indicated that already persons have been arrested prior to the celebration of this alien festival. I would therefore like to call on you to see to it that this festival does not happen for peace to reign within Nungua, according to the Nungua letter to the Defense Ministry. In addition to these calls, we were advised by the servicemen to seek an interlocutory injunction against Neo Daifio Welechi to restrain him on this particular Odwira festival. Not only him, his assignees, agents, etc., from proceeding with the celebration of his intended Odwira festival in Nungua, which festival is alien to the custom and tradition of the people of Nungua, upon the final determination of the suit. It was our hope that Neo Daifio Welechi III, who prided himself as the Vice President of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, and a member of the Judicial Committee, and also serving at the National House of Chiefs, would respect the law and the judicial system and advise himself accordingly. He, however, arrogantly flouted the court orders which were duly served on him and went ahead with the Odwira festival. At this point, it was clear that Neo Daifio Welechi doesn't care about the lives he would be putting at risk. The youth of the town was prevailed upon by the elders to stay calm and allow Neo Daifio Welechi to carry on with his alien Odwira festival. However, for the interest of peace, he was advised to avoid the path from the Gbabukona through Obenechoshishi to Abroko Jano, since that path is a sacred traditional path which must not be desecrated with alien rituals and rites. In addition, there was an event happening in front of the Gbabukuna, which, as we are all aware, even though the Nungua Plejo Omo and Obenishimo Festival is over, the Gbaburuomo still continues to perform rites for his 99 deities. So the Plejo is over, but the Gbaburuomo still continues to perform his traditional rites for his 99 deities. Neo-Daifio Wolenchi III flaunted all these. Knowing his intentions, he had hired some thugs and land guards who were openly displaying arms with live bullets. These high thugs were bulldozing their way through Kingsway in, through Chawena, heading to the forecourt of the Gbabukuna. Despite the incessant call by the police and the military for Ni Wolenchi to end his possession or reroute and avoid the Gbabukuna path, Ni Wolenchi was undermined. It was at this point that his high thugs and landguards started assaulting the youth of Nungua, who were determined not to allow the desecration of the town. This resulted in violent clashes, with some of the youth sustaining various injuries. We want to wish any youth of Nungua who suffered any attack and sustained any form of injury by these high landguards a speedy recovery. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is sad that at this point, where Gadangbes are calling on our traditional leaders to wake up and help preserve our heritage and identity, some of our traditional leaders are bent on destroying our identity as a people. It is clear from the above that Neo-Daifio Wolenchi III is responsible for the violent clash on the Thursday, 21st July, resulting in people sustaining injuries and properties being destroyed. This event has given Nungua a negative reportage for the first time in so many years, as we want to lay the blame squarely on the doorsteps of Neo-Daifio Wolenchi III. We are amazed that a traditional leader will hire thugs and land guards to terrorize the citizens of the town he claimed he is a leader of.
Yo, Nungua ni amno yo ne new body coffee franqua where Nungua man can show talo. The Jimoni di you ne mana ni Nungua ma Omanfna mana. Wo ba fu we can call ba.
When I never ta sino goma ta nya wa ta o my day aba. When I never
Abdadi abinye se fia ku sida shikomeko okan ni boju la e di mo afa ja se che ni ke ko keke he wo si Roma chase ni ni na kute no ke Roma chase he wo okan mi la do wa wa boche ma fi ake bo fi abo ni ibale ha sani ni ba wa jiji na cho di mo an mo fi ma nus wa wa.
We must add here that even in Ayikuwe, where he hails from, the people are divided over his headedness on introducing Odwira Festival in Nungua, into bracket Nungua. However, he remained adamant, bent on plugging our environs peaceful town into flames. This is unacceptable, and we strongly condemn these actions by Neo-Daifio Wolenchi III. traditional leader should work at bringing development to his town and not creating tension, chaos, war, disunity among the people. Ahead of this chaotic situation, the security coordinator of the office of the Gbaburo Moshiche wrote to alert the Ministry of the Interior, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Minister of National Security, Inspector General of the Ghana Police, the Greater Accra Regional Commander of Police, the Kweshi Divisional Police Commander, the Nungua District Police Commander, the Gbaburo Moshiche, and the Nungua Mantse of the looming danger in the community. Subsequently, the District Police Commander, who acted on behalf of the Regional Commander, met with the leadership of Omanfna to see the way forward. The meeting ended up with no concrete decision, with a promise that he is going to consult our other brothers and then get back to us before the Thursday event. And when they came back, another meeting was held with the police, who insisted against all odds that King Odaifio Wolenchi use the route. King Odaifio Wolenchi should not use the route in front of the Gbabukuna, and that they will do everything within their means to ensure that name Odaifio Wolenchi reroute so that peace will be sustained within our environment, which is Nungua. But at the Kingsway Inn, Nungua, King Odaifio Wolenchi III insisted with his tags and his entourage that he will still use the Gbabukuna upon the advice by the police service. This is what the youth of the town, mostly from the Omanfna and some from the Sanshi, decided to protect their heritage, because there has been an initial agreement, and the agreement was that he will not use the Gbabukuna, he will use a different route. It must be mentioned that both local and internationally recognized historians, including M.J. Phipps, have affirmed that Konobokete Lawe founded Nungua. Astute historians have recorded that Konobokete Lawe led the Gadangbe people, particularly the Gawo, Nungua into bracket, to present-day Ghana and founded 7 vassal states, of which Nungua is one. They have indicated that it was Konobokete Lawe who gave lands to all other Gadangbe towns that later arrived, and this makes him the Shiche, into bracket, overlord of the Gadangbe state. We challenge Odaifio Wolenchi to tell us what makes his forefather Odayakoto from Akwamu, the founder of the Gadangbe state, and what makes him feel he can arrogate or confer that name on himself as the Shiche and the founder of Greater Accra region. The Odwira festival he is forcing to introduce to Nungua is alien to us. Odwira is an Ashanti kingdom. Odwira is an Ashanti deity, and traditionally, accoutrements, the present-day Akwapin people annexed from the Ashanti people after the Katamanso War in 1826. We want to know which Odwira deity Odaifio Wolenchi is celebrating, apart from going to the cemetery to sprinkle quickly. And here we would like to state that with all the Odwira festivals that is being celebrated within Ghana, nobody celebrates Odwira with Kwekpele. Kwekpele is for Umoho. Kwekpele is for Umoho. Kwekpele is not for Odwira. Odwira is celebrated with yam. Odwira, as celebrated by the Akan people, is a cleansing rite, and not a desecrating one. So it is usurping. It is surprising that Nungua, who would rather want to cleanse the town, would rather want to go to the cemetery and later bring sacrilege to town. We have cited a few media publications which seek to give the Gboburomo Shiche a negative publication about what happened. In response to those, we wish to state that the clash was purely between the youth of Omanfna versus the youth and Asafo of Sanshin, devoid of any influence from the Gboburomo Shiche. The hierarchy of the regional commander of the Ghana police can attest to the numerous roles the Gboburomo Shiche played to foil the confusion but prove futile. On this particular note, we would like to state once again that the event of Thursday 21st, 2022 was an unfortunate situation which could have been avoided if Mantse could have listened to the instruction and directive of the regional police commander, his two ICs, the operations, the regional operations, the district commander, and then the divisional commander, the advice that was given to him to reroute his possession. But he was adamant and insisted that he would still use a route in which the Gboburomo Shiche was still performing his rightful right as the overlord of the Gadangwe state and the forebearer of the Omoho rights for the Gadangwe people, in which he was still performing his rights. And for that matter, any rights from the cemetery cannot use the forecourt of the Gboburomo, the Gbobubuna, and that he should use another path.
Ma me kumejeni amamenoni si machele yo hane leo akasi bie aton bie alo bie aton bie we hane machele efe otuban ni okume fe kaba na ba ishi wo mi pa 5 yo ka oke okro ma ni machaji boe kene ko ba ni obran ofio po kabo wi aka wo manche no no afi ne ewa ma yi no ni hani himbe fe ba kedomo fe ba no ji one tutu be ma fe ni woyo tutu be ma fe ni woyo ekole woyo se ko 2019 no na ma sino no wona jo yin ase oyin ase ni wona ewo obe na gba because oyin ase e le no ko ni afio ni wole ni won che po wona ko da wo born na 2015 ke 1982 wona da e ku first no na generate eyen fo tawa che block pharmacy ye bi block
Nungua secondary school.
ne se je ni sane pa je wo no ji na gbe no 2015 e flag si ma ejo ni ekomi fi mu e ba ma ojuba wo kon to fi elu gopo enje siata na yu ni manche kebeke gbe wu bo to e ni bo ta sipo no oju yi ko ti try abia kasi eno de de akuchi atemenye ke pe o ya sanshi dani amepino no akasi e ani afi no ni sana esa na afi o ka obi bi opo no ka bo yu e sana obuto e akasi ene eke man no ya ba ona boni cho chi ma fe ni ba na ka yes e wa o mi pa de fa wa mi ji mo ni tutun yu o mi to na enu aka mi tutun yu o aka jo na ka mi pa le fa wa ma ko ye mi e o nu pa ji boji o no o je o pele fi mo fi amo e ma nje o ba o si na ko ya ke yo wa ni boji mo ni yo ta kunu keke bo ba ye wa nyo nyi ni bi fe si en rodi e be ni Israel bi nyi na me ntota ka ni bi fe mo an be no go si yo wa ni mo hani ameyikuni e da ka chi ma mi ni ama me no ni no mi pa 5 yo ka wo manche me ke ni bi e ni wo ba wa ye ma no wo bo ma hun to e fi o ake no ni ma wa fe ne ani salo neke ohinia se na ka ya na bon ya 2015 na you aha sia fe sia da ni akreta we na taka show next week Thursday won ya ohinia se won hin megia ni ni ye machama fun ye mo fiamu ya we ene no ni hani me na ka se na no ni amaji first Wednesday no ni baji sinche on ameni boy
founder of Garden
ona jameje ni o hele chinan wana asuma ni odura ma hie chiminike to ni ayo ne hele chaka na ka no kwa 2019 ya ka shi odura malo alo ohini ase chi wo hiyo ya ka shi ohini ase because no ni wo legino meneke mokogbo ni ayamaplo la ka maplo bi aya ka mokoko ka shi aya press go mi o hele o ye wala ka shi mene ayamaplo bi ona bonu cho na ya Christopher no na ye o man kusum fe lo ehun won wo no wole gbejan to ni yo wo ma pa 5 yo ye na ka jame side akesi eno de ye be ni ache na atahe e light won na akesi no ni ke no na gbe nu agba ke je boko ni gbo ake gbo bo no fe woni gbo yin gbedra ne je e na ma ni si ache be ake fita be yan wa kon de akesi gbo mo wole amefe wala ka mene be je nu wa ni do mi no ka kele ya de okay fine je no ko ni si ni atwa na bie e ba fi ndo fa fi o wo meni wo nyo igbe nu ko nu pa ehina ke fe ka me fe no na hin wen wo fe boat ngo nyo ka na keshi no ya fe e ke mantu ababa bona fe ni ke no ko ba no vie ni aka swabo e ja ga wo ta me ku mo tla shine o ma François o e ga aka kan ya je yes ngo ku nyo ni wo ke fe no ko na hin ye gbe ni kele yo lele hu ni aku chache me pe ni kan pa fa mu kele ba wi kele yewu wo mi pa 5 yo ke be be sia awo sia be wo abekani ne ke ni bi ne ba bla wo mi ma e ko mi no le ba na fe sefo sia bata na bata shi na yu e ke to njolo e ba nu wa fe yin ne ye ni yo twa no ma nya ba
ablada bi ni na selo ji ni go wo selo go wo o selo ji ni go wo o da ke le ko ke ye tuye na le bo tu le boy si himbe le pe yo wọ́n ń gbẹ́ pẹ́ ẹ̀yàn òtún ènìyàn ẹ̀mù lọ́gbọ́n ń bò tó bó ń gàdá mọ̀ nídìí ó ní bó bu àyè ẹ̀kọ́ bá nàbí náà yà á nàdá nígbà sí ẹ̀kọ́ àmọ̀tí láti ọ̀mí ní tẹ̀pẹ́ àwọn.
Yẹ́dẹ̀ bọ̀ fún mi yéé ní wẹ́nyẹ́ lẹ́bàá ọ̀wọ́ ló. Ta sínú kò má.